Hello YouTube. So before I get into the topic, as far as there is a topic, you guys know my videos tend to be more tangenty than topic driven. I wanted to once again let you guys know that I'm actually really heavily shadow banned. And this has also kind of made it to where I don't get a lot of you guys' comments. I've noticed sometimes that if I actually just go to my comments section, it won't show the comments that are actually on the video. I then have to go back, click into my video to see all of the comments. If I don't do that, sometimes there's comments that I don't get. Sometimes your guys' comments get flagged. If you ever see like your comment doesn't show up, it's not from me. I don't delete comments. I don't block people. I don't believe in that. Everybody's entitled to their opinions, even if they are against my own. This is a personal belief I have, freedom of speech above all. Also, if I reply to you guys don't get notifications that I reply to you a lot of times. And also, if you reply to me, I also don't get notifications that you reply to me. So just kind of wanted to put that out there in case anybody is upset that's like, I've commented, you always ask for comments, and I commented, and then you don't reply or you don't even make it aware. I try to reply or at least acknowledge the comments that I'm made aware of, but YouTube is making it very difficult for me. Yeah. Now I also want to say that I feel like I'm a little bit bitter. No shock there. I think you guys know that already. And I think I feel like I'm a little bit annoyed by the fact that I feel like I was so ahead of my time. So you guys, this channel, I've now had this channel for actually a really long time, over a decade. And it never fully took off. A lot of that is my own fault because I do tend to be very rambly and tangenty. My videos tend to run long. It's just not that popular. I don't like to edit. So I'm taking obviously most of the blame on me. But then on top of that is also that since the very beginning of my channel, I always covered very unpopular opinions. And that caused my channel to be heavily shadow banned and also to just more get a lot of dislikes, and then I just kind of stopped showing up in the algorithm of YouTube. That's not what I'm bitter about. Before you guys kind of go like, oh, stop complaining like that you're not famous or whatever. That's not what I'm actually. The more I thought about it in terms of like my world travels and stuff, I'm actually kind of happy that I still have a good amount of anonymity. Although the money would be nice if I was making good views and stuff on YouTube, obviously. That's not the thing, but the thing that is upsetting me is I feel like I was so ahead of my time. I feel like there was so many topics that in the 10 plus years I've been on YouTube, I covered years and years and years ago already. And all it got me was grief and people being angry at me and people giving me negative feedback and saying how I'm such a hater, or I'm just bitter, or I'm just like, I don't really know what I'm talking about, etc., etc., etc. So one of those things, I'm going to talk about a couple of them. One of those things is my travel guide videos, because right from the beginning, one of the things that I knew is I did not want to lie to people. I always knew from my travel guide videos that I am very lucky in the sense that I have the ability to travel as much as I do, and that is not how most people go through life. And I didn't want to lie to people and be like, oh my God, you should totally come to this country, or you should totally experience this thing, when I knew that it was not that great. And one of those places that I talked about was India. And I talked about how it was a very hard time for me. You guys know I backpacked through India after grad school. And just how dirty it was, the living conditions of people, the fact that human life had no worth in that country whatsoever. And I got so much visceral responses and so much hate for that people were so unwilling to accept the fact that I was telling the truth. And it was just like, you don't know the real India, you're just hateful, get out of our country, you didn't see anything that's real, and just like really doubting my experiences and what I saw. And now I found out this guy who now was in India and also has a travel blog, and he had like 17 million views on his channel, basically did the same thing, went to India, talked about how dirty it was, how he couldn't breathe, how much pollution there was, how poorly treatments, and he's now hailed, and everyone's like, oh my god, so good for you, like thanks for giving us a true insight, etc., etc. Same thing with the trans nonsense. I was already talking about it years and years and years ago, saying that I don't like how we're looking at gender anymore. Got all this hate from it, got so many people unsubscribing. Now there's a lot of YouTubers who are now becoming more critical of this, and they're really taking off for it, being a conservative gay man and saying how the gay community needs to look internal, how we need to stop being so overly sexual, especially in gay pride and in situations like that. Got so much hate for that from the very beginning of my channel. Now we're seeing all of these more conservative gay voices coming up, and they're just being hailed as the next greatest thing. They're totally taking off. You know, and I can go on and on, like my views on COVID totally got hated. Now a lot of people are coming out as being COVID critical, and they're being hailed for it. And to get finally to the topic, 6.5 minutes in, I've made several videos over the years where I talked about how dangerous I think it is, how attached people are to celebrity worship, and how much we let these celebrities get away with, how we allow them to be treated, how they're completely overpaid for very, very little work, compared to your average janitor or neurosurgeon or teacher or something, you know. And I've always kind of, especially living in LA, having met celebrities and just being like, this is it, this is what the big deal is about. I always kind of had an annoyance about how there's something so weird in worshiping these celebrities and envying them and wanting to live vicariously through them. It's like you should really try to make your life stand out with the actions and the things that you do with it, and not try to so much live vicariously in. And having through many videos said how these people, if you actually met them and interacted with them, how damaged and rotten they are as people. Like just really disgusting people who will do anything for one more minute of fame. So now with like this whole P. Diddy thing coming out, I'm just finding it very, again, a little bit frustrating that now all of a sudden a lot of people are waking up to this industry and are kind of going like, you know, Me Too kind of did a little bit about this as well. Just showing people how morally deprived celebrities are, how gross they are, the things that they do, the things that they get away with, the way they treat other people. They think they're better, and why wouldn't they think that they're better than all the rest of us? I mean, we basically worship the ground that they walk on. We're kind of like, oh my god, you're in a movie, so obviously you're better than me. Oh my god, you sing, so oh my god, you're a better human being than me. And I'm like, everything about celebrity culture is so completely backwards in our society. The people we should be worshiping, are our teachers, our janitors, our nurses, our doctors, our firefighters, our veterans. You know, these are the people who deserve our admiration, that we should really go out of our way from. And not, oh my god, you play basketball. Oh my god, you're in a movie. Whoa. It's just... And now with like... I don't know. Are you guys watching what's going on with P. Diddy? I think this is so vindicating for myself, because not only on YouTube, but in my real life, I've always told people, like, I don't care about celebrities. I don't know the name of a lot of celebrities. I know a few that I think are very good at their craft, but I never ever cared about any celebrity enough to then go and be like, okay, what designer are they wearing? Who cares? Who cares what they're wearing? Ugh, these people are... I don't get it. Where they're eating, where they're working out, what vacations they go on. I always thought this was so vapid and boring to care about something like that. And yes, I am judging people who do. Not to mention that everything you read about these people is always a lie. I don't understand how in 2024 people actually still think that the things you're reading in these magazines in any way, shape, or form is true. All of their relationships are fabricated. All of their vacations are fabricated. All of the things that their home tours, those are not their homes. Do you really think these people are going to invite you into their home when they have to worry about stalkers and stuff? How many of these celebrities are marrying each other to cover up that they're gay or that they're pedophiles or that they're some kind of weird perverts, or just because it makes good for promotion because she's releasing a new album and he's releasing a new movie and her album is featured in the movie and now let's make this artificial romance. It's all just such crap. And as annoyed as I am that I feel like I was so ahead of my time, and like if I would have started my channel maybe 2 years ago speaking on the same topics I have been for the last 10 years, I feel like I probably could now live off of my YouTube revenue. I, at the same time, have to say I'm very glad to see that people are finally kind of waking up to what Hollywood really is, how gross and demented and disgusting these people are, and how we have to absolutely just stop worshiping them and feeding into thinking that these people are somehow worth our time and money or anything. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really want to know what you, if any of you guys are following the P. Diddy storyline, because to me, I'm not surprised. Like I said, I lived in LA, and I've always, you guys know, anybody who follows my channel, you guys know that I'm kind of a prude. But while I lived in LA, I definitely was exposed to people who were kind of like, oh, you know, there's this gay orgy happening, or I had a basketball player, a famous basketball player, say like, hey, you can come with you, I'll invite you, you don't have to pay for anything, we're gonna go to the islands, and you know, it's just basically gonna be a freak off and all this kind of stuff. I said no to all these things because I admit I'm too much of a prude. I'm actually, which I'm happy about. So it's not like it surprises me that these things are coming out about P. Diddy. But I am surprised that it took so long for just quote unquote regular people to kind of wake up and be like, all of these people are fake. All of their lives are fake. Everything they tell you is fake. Even in whatever interview, they're like, I love my wife, I love my children. It's a lie. It's all of it. The moment you sign a contract in Hollywood to become any kind of celebrity, you are completely signing all of what is going to be your life over to these studios. They're going to completely create this fantasy world of who you are. Yeah, I don't know. But then, like, I also have to say that I've never really understood how, again, why people are so obsessed with these people. I think this is not, and this is something that extends not only to celebrities that are in Hollywood movies, but even like people who are really desperate to become TikTok famous or even YouTube famous or any of these things. There is something. There has to be something that is intrinsically missing within yourself if you are so desperate for validation from everybody else exterior to yourself. If your whole identity and your whole ability to say that my life is good, or that I'm acceptable, or I'm an okay person, is based off of how many likes you get, how many followers you get, how many people want to come and, you know, meet you in person and take pictures of you and get an autographed copy of your photo or whatever, then there's something within you that is damaged and hurt and missing. And that's not something to be proud of. And probably you should be looking at fixing that within you rather than constantly seeking for validation from people outside of you. So yeah, I would really like to know what you guys think about this whole P. Diddy scandal. Is it surprising to you guys? Are you following it? Are you waiting to hear all the other celebrities that are going to be tied in? You know, are you someone who cares about celebrities? Do you follow their lifestyles? Do you believe in anything that they say? Is this a lifestyle you admire? You know, leave comments. That's one thing I will say. I don't expect you guys to subscribe or unsubscribe or ring the bell or whatever, but I do appreciate comments, even though I don't always get to see all of them. But that would be cool, because I would love to know where you guys are in terms of following what's happening, and where do you think this is going to lead? Are we as a society finally going to, you know, bring all of these celebrities off of their pedestal and start treating them like regular human beings, like they should be, like the rest of us? So would love to know. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hi from Sydney. Bye.